Comment on the various literary techniques employed by Dickens in Hard Times. Marks 10 to 12. Answer. Designed as meticulously as Michelangelo's painting, Hard Times displays Dickens's various literary techniques that infuse life into the novel. Dickens makes use of the third-person point of view in this novel and introduces his omniscient narrator. At times, he lets the characters speak their mind directly to the readers so that they can have better access to a character's mind. The virtue and the vices of selective omniscience in Hard Times is the implementation of direct control over the perception of the reader. An example substantiating this can be found in context to Bounderby when we are told about his windy boastfulness. It is interesting to see how selectively Dickens uses omniscient narration in Hard Times, especially when he wants to focus on the more factual world which is established in direct contrast to the world of fancy that Dickens seems to advocate. The execution of factual style exhibited throughout Hard Times highlights the omnipresence of facts in the fictitious world of Dickens's Coketown, which is populated with Choakumchild personalities. The use of imagery in Hard Times makes the novel a remarkable treat for its readers. Dickens, through his economical use of words, creates imagery which elucidates not only the personalities of the characters but also the appearance of Coketown. It was a town of red brick. Or of brick that would have been red if the smoke and ashes had allowed it, but as matters stood it was a town of unnatural red and black like the painted face of a savage. It was a town of machinery and tall chimneys, out of which interminable serpents of smoke trailed themselves for ever and ever, and never got uncoiled. Throughout the novel, we come across Dickens's rich use of diction. His execution of words indulges in a sense of class and thus makes Hard Times a valuable reading experience. For example, let us consider the scene where Bitzer is learning about the horses, quadruped, graminivorous, 40 teeth, namely 24 grinders, 4 eye teeth, and 12 incisive. Here, Dickens could have had Bitzer narrate the horse as having 4 legs, but he used the word quadruped, as it sounds more professional and factual, and all the more polishes Bitzer. In the initial pages of the novel, Dickens displays great use of language to describe the third gentleman, and his display of diction further emphasizes the man as a fighter, by referring to a fistic phraseology, professed pugilist, etc. We come across this use of diction during the description of the little Gradgrind's cabinets. They had a little conchological cabinet, and a little metallurgical cabinet, and little mineralogical cabinet. Another example is the Gradgrinds being described as eminently practical. The expression eminently practical is reiterated many times throughout Hard Times. Readers, of course, cannot ignore his description of a certain boy as a corpulent slow boy, with a wheezy manner. The words corpulent, rapturous plaudits, wheezy, worked monotonously in jaded swellness suggest death, disease and decomposition. Dickens also forewarns the readers of the impending troubles. In the beginning of Hard Times, there is a struggle between Bitzer and Sissy, which warns the readers about the conflict that was expected to occur, regarding fact and fancy. Dickens also infuses the novel with similes to add certain dimensions to it. Examples of a few similes found in the text are, like the painted face of a savage, as its master's heavy brows overshadowed his eyes, like a machine, like a botanical account book, like a balloon, etc. Thus, Dickens's use of a variety of literary embellishments makes Hard Times transcend its role of being a mere condition of England novel and occupy the status of a literary classic. Finished. Please subscribe to the channel for more updates of ready-made notes on English literature. Also, please share this channel to help any student pursue a degree in English literature.